Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Starter Kit, you friggin' nerds. It's the boys. All right, the movie boys are in here. We're in here. I don't know.
Inside.
Is it inside? It's hot out there. Today we're talking about What We Do in the Shadows, man. 2014 mockumentary movie directed by the Uso. You know what I'm saying? The Uso Taika Waititi. And directed by him and the homie Jemaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, they both wrote and directed it.
And starred.
Bro, Jemaine is fucking hilarious in everything he does, bro. This movie, Men in Black, what the fuck else? I want to say I've seen him on something else where I've seen him at, but every appearance that I've seen him on, he's been fucking hilarious.
Yeah. He's been in Avatar 2, voice work for Despicable Me, the Rio movies. He was Tamatoa in Moana. Yeah.
Right.
But that's like voice work. Him as an actor and like the physical comedy and the face and just everything else, the connection with Taika and also the other vampire in this movie. It's great job. And you could definitely tell they felt the weirdness of the script, being the writers of it, and they knew how to portray that. They knew how they wanted that to look. They knew how they wanted the actors to be. So this one was fun and definitely a big collaboration team in Taika and Jemaine.
Hell yeah, man. So we got Taika and Jemaine starring in it. They're both vampires, right? Well, you know what is the synopsis of this movie, bro? What are we doing?
The synopsis of this movie, I have.
Do it on the spot, Lance. Think of one on the spot.
A 2014 horror comedy mockumentary set in the evening shadows of Wellington, New Zealand, that follows four very different vampire roommates as they are filmed by a human camera crew, documenting their nightly movements, their ridiculous arguments, and their hilarious relationships with the rest of the local community, both mythical and predeceased.
Okay, all right, that was a lot of words, bro.
Yeah.
That's
a run-on synopsis.
Because that's exactly what this is, man. I like the mockumentary style. It's always a good way to like film stuff. It was like a lot back then too when this came out in like 2014, right? Like we had The Office, Parks and Recreation, so a lot of mockumentary style shows were out at this time. We got found footage movies like in horror, you know what I'm saying? So that was a cool little, great style. So what's up?
Mockumentary. Like I feel like this is a good improv way to record stuff too. Like if you got guys that are just flowing and trying different stuff, to have like that documentary style recording feels like you get. I think they had like over 1,000 hours of freaking filming. No, I gotta check that. That sounds like a lot. It might have been 150 hours of filming, most of it improvisation, and to narrow and to like cut that down into 90 minutes, it took like a year of production, and it was mostly them freestyling, and you could really see them picking the funniest stuff that they did.
Okay. Shit.
Having watched this, what would you say some of the themes that you might have recognized? And this one's, I mean, as a mockumentary, just kind of following people along, there's still that story, but what themes would you say there are in this movie?
Modernity, I guess, because the three leading vampires from who stay in the flat are very old-timey ass vampires who don't really get out much, so they don't know how far along like things have progressed in the world until the homie Nick comes through. And so it just shows how out of touch they are. So I don't know, I guess just isolation, maybe like a theme of isolation, because they shy. Well, actually, I guess they don't shy away, because like I like the way they do the whole secret society thing. right? Like they're all vampires and shit, but it's treated as just like some kind of social club, you know?
Mm.
But it's like it's almost like it's regular life or like a regular thing. But only a select few humans know that, you know, things like this exist, that monsters exist, so that's a cool thing. Fuck. Friendship. I
Yep,
guess.
yep.
Yep, friendship.
Yeah.
Shit. I like their take on vampires too, I guess. Fuck, I don't even know. Like I like how like it shows that like their age when they get older, the more crazy they get, things like that. Yeah, through the through big homie Peter. So it's definitely a they really respect like the monster genre, the vampire genre, because bro, if they didn't lean into the things that they did, then this movie wouldn't have worked, bro.
Mm.
Because this movie is super fucking violent too. Like when you watch it, it's hell of like it's gratuitous. It's a Taika movie. Yeah, it's a Taika movie, so he's not afraid to go there. So, yeah, friendship, modernity, modern times. Shit. What about you?
That modernity and like the difference between these old guys and like what's the present.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest of the people in that apartment is 180 something years old.
Yeah.
That's the young, cool renegade guy, vampire.
Yeah, and he's looked at it like a fucking lame, bro. By the time the homie Nick comes around, he's a fucking lame. This dude.
Oh man, there is that fight with the new vampire coming in and messing things up. They definitely
dicks. They were both dicks though.
Well, I mean the young. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yeah. Nick versus Deacon is a good kind of thing to notice in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely friendship. I wanted to put love. The way Viago like started his story for love, traveling from where he was to New Zealand. Vladislav has, you know, the beast. Pauline.
That was so, bro. They made me anticipate that really well. I was like, bro, who took away this fool's powers like that?
Yeah,
that's good too.
Yeah, but we'll get into more of that. You want to jump into the story, or is there anything else before we launch?
Nah, not off the top. I think we're good to go, man. It starts off title credit opening credits, title scenes. You know, whoever was involved with the making of the movie, and I like the beginning. We're so used to the New Zealand Film Commission, but we saw the New Zealand Documentary Board. You know, adds another sense of realism, so that was cool. And yeah, it's just an introduction to the three main characters. You got the homie Viago, played by Taika. This freaking, you know, super fancy dandy ass fool. Yeah, dandy ass fool from the like, I don't know, 1800s. Frilly blouses, gentleman, whatever, very naggy, and he's going around the house trying to wake the homies up, everybody else. So Viago is the first thing we see, and then we head over to
Viago von Dorna Schmarten Scheiden Heimberg.
That's his whole. Get the fuck out of here, Taika. Oh my god, get out of here, bro.
He said he based this performance off of his own mother. Like being the one that goes around and like, you got to do this, you got to do this, please help with the chores.
Oh, kind. Whereas like our moms are our aunts are like, hey, get your ass up. Dandy. Nah, forget all that. I'm not saying that.
You're not gonna say that every time?
No, yeah, just say it every time. Viago, Dorna, Schmarten, Schweed, and Heimberg. Bruh. So he goes over and we're introduced to the homie Deacon, the youngish, renegade, rebellious, young vampire. You know what I'm saying? He's the cool dude, supposed to be. From there we move on to, is that Vlad? That's when we get Vlad, right?
Vladislav the Poker.
The Poker. Played by Jemaine Clement. Is that when he opens the door and he's having there's
an orgy happening?
Yeah. There's an orgy going on? Yeah.
And then he opens it real quick. What do you want? I'm busy. Like, what's going on? Yes, we're just going to have a flatmate meeting here in about 10 minutes.
Hell yeah, bro. Already I'm just like, dude, vampire or not, right? These there's still that human archetype of the nag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that, yeah, that's hilarious, bro. Like even with like powers, it's so mundane. Like the world is mundane, even if you have powers or not. You know, regular people. We're living in a flat with we got housemates. You know what I'm saying? We go out, we go chill and try to get some. You know what I'm saying? Try to get some action. These fools just happen to be vampires. You know what I mean? Like it's cool like seeing like the mundane played out through like people with powerful stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always a good thing. And then you get Petyr, right? The oldest vampire. Yeah, the oldest, the scariest vampire in the entire one. He looks like the very first vampire.
Yeah, like I think that's what it's based off of. What's that?
Nosferatu.
Yeah, okay. Ooh. So Petyr, who lives downstairs in a tomb, is 8,000 years old.
Yeah.
So he's basically like one of the OG vampires. Like one of the first ones from Transylvania that left and moved to New Zealand.
Yeah, bit by a bat. He wasn't bit by another vampire. Yeah.
He's one of the patient zero.
Yeah, straight up.
And then he goes and he's the one that actually turned Deacon, one of the other flatmates, into a vampire because Deacon was like walking by his castle.
That picture of him with the pack on his back.
I was selling my wares.
Stupid, bro. They fucking nailed it, bro, as far as time periods and how they talk this shit. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
bro.
Yep. There you go.
Friggin' nailed it.
Yeah, so we meet all four of the vampires. Petyr doesn't have to go to the flat meeting. You know, he's 8,000 years old. So, we're not going to make him come.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's 8,000 years old.
But these super mythical super beings are at the kitchen table discussing the chores duties.
Bro,
I'm regular people's shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, dog, if I was what is the first thing you're doing as a vampire, bro? What are you going to do?
Oh, man. Fly around?
Yeah.
Turn into an animal?
I would feel like the world is my oyster. Mm-hmm. I can't go out in the daylight. I could just do everything at night, and you know what I mean? Like, but no, they also have to pay taxes and their rent. You know what I'm saying? No, we still, even with all these powers, I still have to pay taxes at the end of the fucking year or at the beginning of the year. So,
I think if I have the ability to fly around, I'm not paying taxes anymore. I'm not doing it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We just have to, commit murder to survive.
Contributing member to society? No, thank you.
Yeah, no,
I am a vampire.
You know what I'm saying? I can fly.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
Yeah, I can fly. I'm not like you normals, okay?
Yeah.
I'm super. No.
Super vampire.
Figure out a way to use our powers for good? No. Just they go out into the city looking for victims every night. Mm-hmm. But because they are so old-timey, vintage dressed in the way they act, they do not get into the clubs. The bouncers are like, nah, no thank you. Nope. So it's like, it's difficult to get into the clubs, but we have this one very cool vampire place. It's like a super empty bowling alley or something.
The fucking around. VFW.
Bro. Yeah, they're in this big space. Nobody else is there, but they also have Deacon has a familiar named Jackie, a human that does his work because she was promised that she's going to get turned into a vampire. This is a mom. This is a mom with like 2 kids and a husband, and she's like, Deacon has promised me eternal life, so I'm very excited about that.
That's actually a very dark thing to explore. Like, what if there's something dedicated to Jackie's story? Like, she already has like a quote unquote loving life, or a regular life, a happy life, married with kids. She's like, dude, no, eternal life, dude, no.
Yeah,
because by the time we meet up with Jackie, she's already been doing it for 4 fucking years.
Yo, too long.
Yo, way too long, bro.
Way
Deacon
too
being
long.
a dickhead.
you know there's other vampires out in the world. Hey, you got to go over there, offer yourself as like tribute or something. There's got to be an easier way than to deal with this guy's bullshit, because he's asking, you got to bring people over for us to eat. Specifications, I'd like them to be virgins, girls, maybe a guy. What age range? Age range 18 to 30. Like,
anyone
like,
younger than you.
Oh my god,
bro,
that one got me so I spit out my fucking water. She's like, so like 18 to 30, and he's like, as long as they're younger than what your face looks like, then yes, that would be okay. And she's like going on. She starts pressing him about, I've been doing this for a long time. When are you gonna like turn me into a vampire? Because I've been cleaning all your shit. I've been doing it. He waves her off, hypnotizes. Be gone.
Oh,
she just walks off, and I was like, what a powerful power.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like they treat these powers as like super duper powerful, but to see them being used on like regular everyday people is still so fucking hilarious, bro. Like you can take over the world with these powers, and this fool is just trying to convince his familiar to not want to be a vampire because he's a fucking asshole. Deacon's a dick.
I would not have liked that. That would have been hella messed up. Like he's definitely abusing her, similar to the way in the What We Do in the Shadows TV show has Nandor and Guillermo as his familiar, and for so long he was like just making excuses for why he wasn't going to turn him into a vampire. So that was a very successful like storyline that transferred, but we see it here with Jackie, and it makes me feel like Deacon's a POS, man. I'm like, don't like him. Least favorite of the four flatmates.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Even worse than Peter.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real, bro. I love to see a montage of them having a night out with Peter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they had pictures of them like chilling together and shit. Like Peter was outside. He wasn't Pharaoh yet. He was still old looking crazy, but he was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't Pharaoh yet. So
that freaking picture of them all up on the car, like towards the end of the
yeah, they're all lighted up, all
that's definitely gonna be the episode thumbnail for this movie. That's just so hard.
That is hard.
It's got the vampires just trying to act normal, trying to be normal. That's great. But they're out having fun. Freaking Jackie has to bring people over for them to eat. So she lines up two people, and the way Jackie does it is she's like, I can't have people, I know as sacrifices or as victims. Well, at least people I like. Because she calls people that like have made fun of her back in school or like she doesn't like.
She's pure evil. Now that I think about it, maybe I don't want to know. Yeah, she's evil, bro. She's cold-hearted as fuck. Now that I think about it, yeah, hell no.
Churning the phone lines, just going through a Rolodex, or like she ends up inviting an old school bully of hers and her ex-boyfriend
from when she was in like freaking middle school or something. I think he mentioned it. Yeah, we were 12 or some crazy fucking.
She's like, you were a virgin when when we were going out. He was I was 12. What are you talking about? It's like, well, at least the girl is a virgin. And she's like, I'm not a virgin. And then in front of her face, she was like, she looks and talks and walks and acts like a virgin. Okay? Maybe we don't believe her.
I wouldn't have sex with her. I would.
Stupid, bro. Yeah, good. There's like a little discussion over what tastes different about someone with virgin blood. And Vlad is like, just imagine if you're going to eat a sandwich, it would taste better if no one fucked it.
Hey, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you look past the craziness, he's not wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? The comparison is apt, bro. Yeah, I was dying at that part, bro. I was folding my laundry to that part. I fucking died, bro. Dude,
He's like, right? Matter of factly, he's like, right, you get it.
Yeah. Vlad slopped the poker, man. Yo. Hey, again, written by these two, bro, and we love a Taika written movie, bro, because it's shit like that. So please keep going, bro. What the fuck else happens, bro? Stupid, bro.
It's getting a little weird. They're also offering them plates of spaghetti, but there's only 2 plates at the 6-person table, and it's only in front of the 2 humans.
Yo. Hey,
welcome to the dinner party, and then Viago comes out with 2 open cans of SpaghettiOs or whatever. Just plops them down onto their plates. And is like, hey, enjoy.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, when they're warmed up. I don't.
Yeah, what was that? He said something about worms. They turned it into worms.
Yeah. So I thought they were still SpaghettiOs. So he said that their trick is to put a plate of spaghetti there and then tell them that it's worms and it's supposed to freak them out. I guess what is that, like some kind of party trick before they suck their blood, like
gets the blood.
Gets the blood
going.
Oh, that makes. Hold on, bro. I didn't think of that because when they got the homie, he was like running through the house and it did make it look like a scary movie. Holy shit, bro.
That was a good. I like that chase scene. That was. I mean, him running. Nick, former ex-boyfriend of Jackie when they were kids. He's trying to escape. Right, he's running all through the house. He goes back into the kitchen, sees Viago tearing into the neck of the lady sacrifice victim.
I like that running gag where he fucks it up. He hits the main artery twice. You're so bad.
So much gore,
bro, and it's so much gore, bro. It's shit, it's shit like that where like if it was anything less than that, it wouldn't work. It would look super corny. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it shows the strength of these vampires and what they can actually do. You know what I'm saying? But their fucking tactics to get this shit going is fucking hilarious, bro, and juvenile and old-timey as hell. Biscotti.
Biscotti. Eat the biscotti.
Yeah, eat the biscotti.
You like worms? Like, what the hell is he talking about? This shit starts going down. We start getting like the camera chase.
Yeah.
The documentary guy's chasing him. I'm thinking the cameraman's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
As every time he turns around, another vampire, the same vampire. All the vampires are blocking him off, turning him. Eventually, he does get out of the house, but only to be tackled and devoured by freaking 8,000-year-old Peter. What are you doing outside, Peter? Which is what they asked. They're like, what's pizza outside?
Yeah. Yo, they were concerned for that fool, Nick.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, bro. Like, oh no, Peter got him.
Poor guy.
Oh, poor guy. Oh. Yeah, bro. So it cuts to a flash forward. 2 months later, from there we learn that Nick isn't actually dead. Peter turned him into a vampire too. All right. We learned that after this fool Deacon is trying to seduce his homies. Like, what is he doing, bro?
A ritual dance with some belly rolls. Too much of this.
Yeah. Yo, for real, bro. Hey, Deacon, chill the fuck out and put your fucking pants on, bro.
Intense eyes the whole time.
Bro, come on, bro. Eye contact. It has to be. Yeah. It has to be eye contact. Exactly, man.
And then some asshole starts tapping on the second-story window from outside.
Honestly, didn't expect that. That was a cool little twist, too. Maybe I should have seen it now that I think about it. But yeah, so Nick is tapping on the window, looking in like, hey, let me in. And then we get introduced to Nick the vampire. And I like that they show the process, right? Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not ambiguous. Like it's a fucking process. This dude was
went to the hospital.
Yeah. had a gash on my neck, and you can see right through my neck. He was like an easygoing guy. He was easy to root for, bro. I was like, yeah, I want Nick to freaking survive or to thrive, you know? But yeah, so through Nick, now we have that little thing of modern and literally medieval times. You know, he introduces them to the life, you know, of what it's like outside. And he said it too. It's like, you know, they can teach me about stuff from back then, and I can teach them some stuff that I know now.
Nice.
And yeah, so what is it? Just
The
another night out. This is when they go on another night out, right? They're on the hunt and shit, and can already tell that like this fool Deacon, like they all, they all get along pretty well with that fool Nick, except this fool Deacon. You know what I'm saying? It was easy to hate Deacon, especially when he started acting all jealous towards that fool Nick for what seemed like no reason. So
it was. I mean, you saw it was like jealousy. Like the
yeah,
young cool guy gets replaced
yes.
by a younger cooler guy, and it's like, no, he's actually not cool. I'm still, come on, guys. The guy's a loser. Get out of here. You shouldn't even be around here. You're just an adjacent. You're not really
He's
part of
not
the
one of
crew.
us. He's not one of us.
He's different. He's a
Yeah.
new. This guy's Nick is still trying to control his like elevation and flying. Like
Yeah,
he can't even get in the window.
Yeah.
Right? His levitation is still a lot of work to be done, and that's why he has to cling to these guys because they need to teach him how to be a vampire. One thing that he does not respect at all is like the vampire secrecy. Like, don't go around telling people you're a vampire. This guy's blatant with it. He's like, yeah, I'm a vampire. Do this. Oh yeah, I hang out with my vampire friends. Yeah, we hang out at this house. We live here. Just way too much information. Especially like all my life, I'm like, vampires have to be secrets, right? Like, doesn't matter where it is. The vampires are always in whatever movie or media or genre. Vampires are always like, we have to keep this on the low that I'm a vampire or that vampires are here, or else people are going to come mess with us, kill us, like whatever's going to happen. But it just felt like it was a given. Like, you should know that you can't be telling people you levitate and bite necks and drink blood and kill people. That's going to lead to problems. Some people are not going to like that information.
Young, dumb, just got turned into a vampire, has, all these powers. I'm shooting Nick some bail.
Thinks he's invincible. He's going to live forever.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely got arrogant towards the end of it. Or like in the middle of it, definitely got arrogant about his shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like for the bad start that Nick shows, he does make up for it by introducing like his best friend to the group. By bringing in the homie Stu.
Yeah.
Stu's the realest.
You wrote Stu the God.
Stu the God is in here.
Yeah, bro.
The realest friend, freaking teacher, karate sensei.
Black belt. Oh, he's a black belt.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he's a black belt. Yeah, bro.
Nick introduces Stu to the documentary crew. He's like, this is my homie. He's the best. He dated my sister. That's how we met. That didn't work out. That's all good. He's still my homie. I still love him.
He lured him on false pretenses. Like this is going to be Nick's first feeding, right? Like this is going to be his first either first feeding or like something. I don't know. It was supposed to be what those three did to him and the girl.
What?
Yeah. So It was under like false pretenses, kind of. So yeah, he did bring him over. Stooges ended up being a fucking god. And everybody fell in love with that fool. But Nick was gonna like kill him. But he was just like, our best mates we can't kill each other. He's my best mate. So
my friend.
He's my friend. I can't do it.
And a great guy. Like the way he just starts interacting with the rest of the roommates and like freaking teaches Viago karate. He shows the guys the internet. He shows them how to text. Brings them into the 21st century.
Yeah. And like when you first meet this fool, he's just very unassuming. He works in computers, software analyst. But he is just a human. Like they would all like jump at the chance to eat this fool, but something about Stu is just like, he's cool, dude.
Yeah, he's the homie. That's how cool Stu the God is. Vampires refuse to eat his pulsing blood that is just walking around their apartment because he's just like really that cool of a guy. So yeah, they go out and Nick is cool with the bouncers, right? Nick knows some of the guys downtown at the doors. So he's able to get them into the clubs that they were rejected from at the beginning of the movie, right? And so now they finally get into the party areas. Yeah. And they're having a good time. Vlad is over here just like one fingering people like, from the bar. Like, no words. Just like she walks off. Her dude is like, wait, where are you going? Hey. Freaking Deacon is like, it's too loud in here. I don't like it. Shut up. I've been trying to get in here for 50 years, but this is dumb because Nick let us in.
Yeah. There's something about him. I don't like him. Fuck, bro.
They're out partying, having a good time. Kind of new. But yeah, this fool Nick is over here running his mouth. And that's like a big reason why they start fighting outside and they start kind of getting into it. There's a bat fight. There's a street fight between Deacon and Nick. And Vlad is like,
the shit out of him. He beats the dog shit out of this fool Nick.
Throws him in bat form at a wall. Makes him transform back into a human, all hurt.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm still thinking about like Stu's intro. I don't even know if I'm thinking about it now. I think this fool Nick was just gonna tell him he was a vampire. I thought he was gonna eat this fool.
Oh yeah, he's like Nick. I mean, Stu doesn't know I'm a vampire. Like, he hypnotizes his ears closed. He's like, you can't hear me.
Can't hear. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it weird and stuff like that. But then eventually he tells him. Eventually he's like, I want to be real with you. I'm a vampire. Everybody in this house is a vampire. And Stu's like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, carry on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's dope. That's how you're supposed to do it. Like when someone's like opening up to you, when your best friend is like, I gotta tell you something really.
You know what? Hey, that's true. Yeah.
It's a good homie.
Definitely.
Right there.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Whatever, man. Just please don't eat me. I mean, I'm down. You guys are cool. Yeah. So
that's me.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think Stu's there in the alley with them, watching him get his ass whooped. Stu's just like, well, I'm just here. I can't. Nothing I can do. What do you?
For real? Yeah. What you expect Stu to get in there and try to help Nick? Like, bruh, hell no. But yeah, that was a cool fight, man. Nick definitely deserved that. I like the way they made Nick not cool, because it seemed like Nick was gonna be like, a cool, upstanding dude, but then he goes off and runs his mouth. Character flaw. He's arrogant, young, has these powers. You know what I'm saying? And having that be a reason why something happens in the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With the homie Petyr, because after their night out. Does it jump forward in time again? Oh no!
I think right there,
right after, huh? Yeah. So, after the night out, they awake to some freaking shrieking.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and because the homie Petyr is on fire because sunlight has crept into his little tomb downstairs. So he dies, and it turns out that sunlight was in there because a vampire hunter had come in the middle of the night to try to kill him because of freaking Nick running his mouth at the club. But luckily, this fool Petyr was able to kill that fool, but failed to close the hole that he got himself in through and died. What bro? What a crazy sequence of events, bro! Yeah. I like that they just throw in the fact that there's vampire hunters in here, like in this universe. You know what I'm saying? On top of all the monsters that are here. Yeah, I like how they carry that over to the show too, like the familiars. I thought Jackie was gonna be like a hunter too, the way Guillermo is, or like have powers. Yeah. Or you know what? I thought Stu was gonna be a fucking hunter too. Like I thought this entire time, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And it makes sense because he's like a black belt and stuff, and like it would make sense for him to be able to defend himself because he does do something that's like, okay, he's fucking capable.
Communications,
right? I do computers and I kill the fucking shit out of vampires, dude. I'm a software analyst, dude. But Petyr's dead. At this point, Petyr's dead. they mourned for this dude. They were sad as shit. They just lost Petyr. Please cut it off. We just lost their friend to an accidental sunlight.
So a fatal sunlight accident.
Fatal
Turn the
sunlight.
cameras off.
Bro.
You're so insensitive.
Bro. Yeah, this movie's awesome, bro.
Peter's
Oh.
twirling in flames down there. They open up the basement. No, this guy's hella spinning. And Vlad or Viago's like, get into the shade.
Yeah.
Away from the light.
Throw some water. Get some water.
This guy gets a saucepan.
He's still spilling on his way over there.
Yeah, it's not enough. He was like, I was not in time. Not in time and not enough, Vlad.
Bro.
At least the fucking Home Depot bucket. This food showed up with a frying pan.
Yeah, it hit the pan. Didn't drop any water on the way over there.
Still not gonna put out.
It's not enough. Bro said he was twirling in flames, bro. Peter was struggling, bro. Yo, he was struggling.
Screaming loud.
Bro.
But they killed the vampire hunter. So the vampire hunter's down there, and a burnt up corpse of Peter is all black and charred on the ground there. It's a whole mess. The vampire hunter broke in through that window, broke the table, got in a big fight. Everything's it's not good down there. But they go upstairs and they're like, Nick, we're gonna have a freaking trial right now. And the three of us as judges, and you're not being very nice. You're telling everybody what's going on. You got Peter killed. We're banishing you from this house. Stu, you can come and go as you please. You're allowed to come back if you want to.
You can visit if you want.
But Nick, you have to go. And Nick's mad. They get into like a little fight. They're in the kitchen, flying, raging at each other when the doorbell rings. There's a knock on the front door. 2 Wellington police officers have showed up to assess the situation. There's a report of a break-in.
Really good cops, it seems like. Very wholesome cops. I thought they were going to get murdered in there, bro. I was like, oh, fucking shit. And I like that. What?
Viago says, like, we can't kill the cops because then more will come. So we just got to, he hypnotizes them, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're coming to look for a disturbance or a break-in or sounds of loud shrieking. Lots of screams reported. So we're just coming here to check it out, make sure everything's all good. You mind if we come inside? And Viago's like, yes. Waves in front of their faces. You will not notice anything out of the ordinary.
Did they cut to him?
And then she's like, right. Lead us, of course. As long as there's nothing good,
bro. And then when they cut to Viago, they're like, dude, my hypnosis isn't actually that good, so we have to
hurry this up.
Yeah, it might wear off.
Yeah, at any second the hypnotism might wear off. But they get into the kitchen and Nick is in a freaking ceiling corner. Vlad is holding down a floating Deacon who's trying to get to Nick. And they're just paused in that like floating situation when the cops walk in like nothing's wrong. And they just they step over Vlad, kind of get a better look at the situation. She's like, oh, so is everything okay here? We heard a lot of reports of screaming and all that. And they're like, oh, no, we're fine. This dude's talking from the ceiling. Oh, it's all good. And then the music goes doom, doom. And the cop is like shining his light up towards Nick, and then it goes past Nick, and he's like, "No smoke alarms. You can't have that. You can't have that." It was like, and then they go down to the basement, Peter's room, where there's a dead vampire hunter face down, and then a burnt body next to it. But they just walk over all the trash. They're just like, "Everything okay in here? Looks a bit dirty."
Hey, it was working pretty strong, man. His hypnosis is pretty good. It lasted a while.
It lasted a long time.
Yeah, it lasted a while. But then if you watch it again, bro, you see this fool Vlad. He's actually like he does something too. He does some convincing, and Vlad is a stronger hypnotist. So you know what I'm saying. So so he's just like, ooh.
Maybe. Still the power though. I feel like Vlad has definitely stronger, and maybe that's why it kept so long, because we see them later in the movie too.
Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, we found him. We got him. They don't notice anything until it's like the only thing they're like, there's a fire hazard here. You got to take care of this. And again, no smoke alarms down here.
come on, guys, please get that handled. But they walk over dead bodies, back up the stairs, and then like, okay, have a good night.
Yeah. See? Hey, that was cool. They didn't murder him. I was glad they didn't kill him. I was like, all right, that's actually a funny ass way to get the cops out of there. Yeah, I do that every time, bro. Anytime.
These are not the vampires you are looking for. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just like if you hypnotism can fly, unlimited life, like
come on, bro.
Yeah, those are some powers.
Yeah, I would use that. Like, if I was to be like these guys, I'd use it in my regular job. Like, I'm not gonna do 8 hours today, and you're gonna put me down for 10 hours today. I'm not doing overtime.
I'm actually the manager now.
I am the head of the company.
Yeah, go ahead and let's go ahead and switch our name pins.
You know what I mean? Like,
take your ass down there.
Just be a menace, bro. But yeah, so after Peter's death, actually no, this is RIP. After I was gonna go to the ball, but no, this is when they have the trial, right? Is it?
But yeah, they're basically telling them you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. So Stu and Nick are out, and then another time jump, several months later, but also, like, I think it was in this part or maybe earlier when we see I can't remember if Stu was still with him or not when Viago was trying to find. Well, first he found his old servant, and then Catherine. Fucked up, bro.
I forgot about that.
Bro, fucked up. I can't remember. I think it was definitely before the ball, but just for more context, there's a scene where Viago is Skyping his old servant that he mentions earlier in the movie.
Stu is sitting next to him. Stu is helping him with the communications. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So
before,
this has to be brought up because it's important, because we see something throughout the movie that shows like Viago is just an all in all a really good dude, right? Very nice dude, maybe like a doormat almost, but he's super nice and shit. He's Skyping his old servant who is 90 years old, and he's been wanting to, because this fool Viago promised him that he would turn him into a vampire, and he never did. Ends up being 90 years old, and he wasted his life. Ew.
I did nothing with my life, master.
I did nothing for you. I gotta go. So I gotta get out of here. So I think directly after that scene, we see Viago outside of a building, and it turns out to be a nursing home, like an old people's home. And I thought he was gonna go and see the servant, the assistant.
Okay.
Because he felt bad, but then you look up the stairs or you look up in the window, and it's an old woman. And we learn throughout the movie that Viago came here because he was out looking for love, and he finally finds who he was looking for that time when he first came to New Zealand. So what the fuck?
He was like,
leave it up to Taika to leave some heart in there in a fucking violent ass vampire comedy movie.
Yeah. He was gonna follow this girl to New Zealand and decided to get on a ship and put my coffin on a ship. I'm gonna go to New Zealand. I'm gonna go talk to her. But Philip, the servant, the familiar that is now 90, put the wrong address or something on it. So Viago ended up getting sent like India, like out towards different places. It took him almost 2 years from when he was going to profess his love to Catherine until he actually got there to New Zealand. And it turns out Catherine did not wait. She found a husband. She got married. She moved on with her life. And then Viago kind of just was like, I'll just stay here. Sad.
Yeah, but he was also like, dude, this dude was like, what did he say? He's like, I wanted to rip his head off when I found out, I wanted to rip his head off. He's talking about her new husband. Yeah. I wanted to kill him, do whatever. But then I seen that she was happy, and that made me kind of happy too. So I let her live her life. I was like, oh, dude. Yeah. Now I want Viago to win, this fucking lame ass nerd. You know what I'm saying? So I want him to win after that. So from there, after Peter dies,
trial,
Nick's trial, several months later, They get the invite to the annual Unholy Masquerade, right? By set up by the New Zealand Vampire Commission. How many commissions do you need, New Zealand?
There's also other mythical creatures there. Yeah, there's like witches. Zombies. Are werewolves invited? Are they a lower class?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't even want to speak on it.
Vampires. Vampires, witches, zombies, all at the party. When they get the invitation, Vladislav's very excited because he's like, now is the time when I'm supposed to get picked as like the guest of honor. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. Little birdie told me that Vladislav the Poker is going to be celebrated, get that lifetime achievement Moon Man as the Unholy Masquerade. I'm very excited, very excited. They open up the thing and they see guest of honor is going to be his nemesis, the Beast. So he's like, I'm not even going anymore. I'm staying home. I ain't going to that.
He gave the fuck up, bro. He let himself go really quick.
Viago does talk about, you know, when he had his breakup with the Beast, when they had their fight, it changed him and it made him less and like not as strong. He's not as like killer badass.
Very powerful. He was torturing. He was killing a lot.
And now not so much. Now something's changed. Something broke in him. But so the rest of them go, right? Viago
broke in him.
Yeah, Viago and Deacon go. They see Nick there. Nick is there. Still a vampire. Stu is there. What up, Stu? I think Stu's in a tux. Jackie is there.
Yeah,
Jackie Vampire is there.
I thought those were gonna be fake teeth, and she just snuck into the party. I'm glad that she got turned into a vampire. I'm glad she got that.
In the time, Nick turned her into a vampire since we last saw her. So thank goodness she doesn't have to be Deacon's familiar anymore. Yeah. I forget. Does Deacon like notice her and say something?
I think So I think that she goes up to him and they start chopping it up, and then. He still thinks that she's a human. He's like, no, I'm a vampire now. Oh, when did you turn? Oh, when did you turn? Or who turned you? Nick. Yeah, that dude right there. Nick and Stu. Shows Nick and Stu. And this fool Deacon wants to get all fucking like, now he wants to be that guy. We're like, dude, that's kind of rude. Okay. Why did you fucking turn her? Okay. She was my servant. Like, yo, Deacon, you already, get the fuck out of here, bro.
No, the unwritten rules of vampire familiaring. No tradesies.
You can't take it back. Yeah, bro.
But, we see the guest of honor arrive, and the horrible Beast turns out to be Vladislav's ex-girlfriend, Pauline.
Yeah. That's a great twist too.
Yeah, they're showing all these pictures of this like hairy cat monster or something.
Bro, yeah.
And I was like, oh, what is this animal? And then you realize it's the person
beast
riding her.
Yeah.
But Pauline's there. I forget conversation. She's with her like new boyfriend. This fool looks part orc. Like his short and freaking his face looks very Lord of the Rings bad guy person.
Yeah.
Julian is talking with these guys about freaking I forget Julian, but Vlad comes back. Vlad shows up when they're punking like the group about bringing Stu. Is like is this a human?
Yeah.
Does this person have blood? And then the camera crew
sniffing them out. Yeah.
And they're like, you bring these guys into our secret society, these cameras, humans, and there's a big fight about to start before Vladislav the Poker comes in with his Phantom Opera mask and like all white hat outfit.
Yeah.
And to confront his ex. And they have a little stare down showdown. Before the rest of them start coming in and pressing them about having Stewart there, a human, about having other humans there to document them with the camera crew. And Julian's like pressing Vlad, like he's getting up in his face and it's about to turn physical. When freaking flagpole comes slicing through the middle of Julian's chest from behind, and you're like, whoa, this dude just got impaled.
Yo, and that like that like confirmed in my mind. I was like, okay, confirmed. He's a fucking hunter. He's a hunter. He's gonna kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because Stu saves the day and impales the shit out of Julian. And it's just like,
oh,
fuck yeah.
And then they just walk out. Like everyone's so stunned that they can just walk out in single file. I was like, nah, y'all all would have been dead. That's not, you're not stabbing one of us and walking out.
I mean, they're monsters, bro. They probably don't really give a fuck about.
I mean, well, then free food. Free food right now. But there was a second between that flagpole impaling Julian and then the camera kind of motioning over to see who it was. And for a second, I was like, is this Viago? Is this Deacon? Like, are they fed up with it? But seeing Stu, I was like, oh, no, the guy they want to eat is now hurting them, like giving them reasons to attack. Hey. Y'all need to leave. They get out. They get out, thankfully. But they do run into a pack of werewolves.
Yeah, bro. Hey, that was tight. Hey, they were tight. I love the subversion, right? We think of werewolves and they're super tough, but there was just regular ass dudes who didn't even want to transform.
Crazy, yeah,
exactly. They didn't even want to transform. I was just like, oh, bro, I love when stories flip the script on like established things like that, vampirism, werewolves, all of that, bro. I love that shit.
Reese Darby is Anton, the leader of the werewolves.
Bro.
We're not swearwolves. Okay? Hey, polite manners. Watch your language.
Yeah.
Earlier when the vampires are out partying, they smell these guys and they go and like try to mess with them and talk smack to them and start a fight. But that first time,
you should be ashamed of yourselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You fucking faked them out.
Oh yeah,
like they threw something. Oh, hey, no, it's not really there. Don't chase after it. Treating them like real feral dogs, bro. I love that shit. That's so, dog. Every interaction they had with the werewolves was fucking hilarious, bro. Swear to God, bro.
When that werewolf ran off.
Yo, he almost kept going.
That was so...
Yo. Dog.
Savage.
Bro.
Savage.
I love little moments like that, bro. Where...
Come here.
Yo. Like that act alone is just like, okay, the werewolves in this fucking universe, they don't want to turn. They're not that violent. They can't control it. And they're also, and their fucking heart of hearts are just some dogs. It's just some dumb dogs who want to chase after shit.
I was like, this is a good group of werewolves. Stand up guys. And they're chaining them. And now later in the movie, when the vampires meet again, they're trying to chain themselves to the trees so that when they transform, they won't go around hurting people, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing like the responsible thing. Anton's there directing it. Anton's like, Brandon, what are you doing? That tree's too small for you. It's like a twig. You know what you're like when you transform.
You know how big we are. Yeah, you know how big we are.
And the vampires come by and he's just like, I don't have time to mess with you guys. We're trying to get ready for this.
Yeah.
And then freaking what we do in the shadows turns into what we do in the moonlight, and the freaking clouds break and a full moon hits these guys.
Bro.
And we get quick transformations into some like wild werewolf dog monsters.
That's a fucking, you know what was hilarious about that? Like, if you were a werewolf, like, are you wearing track pants too? So they don't rip when you transform? Because Anton brought up a good point. It's like, dude, those pants are not going to work. They're going to rip. That's why we have the tracksuits.
He points to two other guys wearing jeans. Say goodbye to those trousers, guys. That's why I told you guys to wear the tracksuits.
Say goodbye to those trousers. It's great.
And both of you can say goodbye to those trousers. That's why I told you guys in the letter.
Yo. Oh, shoot, bro. Yeah. Things break out. They have turned and they cannot control it, and the werewolves are chasing everybody. You got the three plus Nick and the human Stu
Oh man.
plus the cameraman. You know what's funny about that too is like, they have this meme where like the cameraman seems to always survive in like horror movies and stuff, and that's not the case. Another subversion. You know what I'm saying? The werewolves are super strong. They catch up to a lot of them, fight a lot of them, but they get to Stu, and Stu's trying his best, but he's getting thrown around like a fucking rag doll, just a regular dude. There's a part where one of the camera crew gets killed. Shows up just like a fucking found footage movie too. Like the camera falls side, see him die and get thrown into frame. Oh shit. From there, Nick is fighting off a couple of them, but he's still shitty at flying. He's still trying to fly, but he's got two of them on his feet and shit. But then he's over there trying to save the homie Stu, because Stu is getting fucked up.
Oh,
mauled, bro, by three of them, bro. I think they threw him in the air like a couple of times. And this fool Nick is trying to save him, and he's got two on his feet, but he is too late. He's too late because the three werewolves disembowel the homie Stu, straight murder that fool. But it was Nick is trying to get over there and help him, but then Deacon comes, and does he like scare him off? Or I think he just comes and tries to help Nick, but then he tells they both see that Stu is getting over here just killed, got the shit killed out of him.
Nothing you can do. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Let's get the fuck out of here. We can't save him. So
R.I.P. to Stu.
R.I.P. to Stu.
I'm so sad. Then I was so happy.
I love, bro. This movie's good. It's really good. It's a short montage of everybody trying to collect themselves and shit after they're reeling from Stu's death. It
was like a sad kind of down moment for everybody.
Yeah. Nick especially. This fool Deacon tried to make him feel better when he was talking to him. It was just like everybody dies, When we're vampires, we watch our families die. It just wasn't really helping. But it showed again. Viago going to Catherine's facility again, and it was one of those scenes, voiceover, sentimental. You just lost your best friend to a werewolf attack. That's how he would want to go. That's how he would want to go.
No.
Yeah. So from there, what is it? Is this when they have the little montage back at the house? They go back to the house and
there's a knock.
Deacon was in a chair. Yep, you're right. There's a knock. Viago comes out like a fucking mother, gets him into his room. He's gonna go to sleep, and then the knock at the door. Well, actually, I think a message. It was a message from Nick, because I think it jumped forward in time again, right? Yeah. Or was it still around the same time?
He's like talking to the producers of the mockumentary. He's like, "Hey guys, it's Nick the Vampire. I just had some news for you guys. I think everyone will be blown away."
Yeah.
And then Nick comes knocking up onto the flat door. They open it up. They see Nick, and also they see Stu.
Yeah.
Stu is standing there on their porch.
Scars and all, bro. He's got fucking awesome scars.
He looks like Tyrion Lannister. He got massive freaking scratch scars. Mm-hmm. But he ended up turning into a werewolf from that attack. He ran off the gurney that the police officers had him on. the hypnotized police officers, they were like, "Oh, I think he's okay."
Yeah.
His intestines are still there. He's all right.
Yeah.
But he's part of that werewolf pack now with Anton and the rest of them. And so he brings them up to the door, and they're all like, "Can we come in and hang out and be friends?"
Yeah.
And this might have felt like a little quick, but it was I felt like a good heartwarming kind of wrap up. We get the werewolves and the vampires together, and footage of them having a good time, kind of like learning each other's tendencies. Vlad is like very stinky group of people, but you know, they start hanging out together, learning more about each other, being friends. You get all these clips. You get Viago, who eventually you see him going into Catherine's room to bring her flowers, and then it's you see them together on camera, and the loving couple are now both vampires. He turned her into a vampire at like 90 years old. Yeah. And remember, this guy's almost 400, so he's like, "You can call me Cradle Snatcher. I don't care. It is love."
Yeah. This is love.
This is love.
Baby, don't hurt me.
No more. Yeah. Vlad has gotten back with Pauline now that her boyfriend is dead. On again, off again, fire and ice kind of romance that they have. Yeah, it's just a good kind of button-up ending where everyone kind of has, you know, good. They've improved over time. They've improved by the end of the movie, and it's a lot more happier wrap up.
Yeah, that's it. End of the movie. End credits. Yeah, bro, solid fucking movie. Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a Taika movie. What really sealed the deal for me was the beginning with the photo montage. That seems to be a Taika thing to do. He did that in Boy, and I think he might have done that in Reservation Dogs, unless I'm tripping. I don't know. But where it shows the backstory of
like
the three vampires. Yeah, the history of them, and yeah, just the way that shot. I was like, yeah, this is definitely a Taika movie right here. Yeah, really good stuff.
And that's the same song from the What We Do in the Shadows intro. Well, I guess the show took it from this one because, and that was crazy that they had like a theme song opening intro
just on the like, on deck, bro. That's crazy.
I was like, oh, this makes me even compare it even more to like a TV show. But this story, freaking the improvisation, the editing, putting it together, the flow, the jokes, the delivery. Just like a lot of really high grades for this movie all around. Liked it a lot. Bro. Funny. What would you say? It had the horror, it had the goriness, it had the jokes, it had the like out of placeness, weirdness that you expect from like a Taika, Jemaine Clement like movie or show or project. And I think it's only gotten stronger as far as like critics reviews over time. Like it still has like I think it's 97% approved on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh shit. See, I didn't even know that, bro.
That's insanely high.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, people are still kind of talking. They put it in like top 5, top 10 comedies of like the decade and shit. So it's like, yeah, bro. It makes sense, dude.
Oh yeah.
It makes sense. This movie's good.
So, should we give it some ratings?
Come on, bro. Let's go. I think it's gonna be like a shit. What's full score is 50?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a high 40. It's gonna be a high 40. It's my prediction. Come on.
All right, rewatchability out of a possible 2 points.
2. It's funny enough for a rewatch, entertaining enough too, and it hits all the marks. Action, comedy, great writing. Yeah, it's 2.
I do. Yeah, I don't know if it's the mockumentary, documentary kind of styleness of it, but sometimes I feel like I don't know what part of the movie I'm in, so it does take away some of like the easy to jump in if it's on and watch it through. I give it a 1 for rewatchability. Still rewatchable, just probably not as much. Casting out of possible 3.
3. Yeah, I'll give it a 3. Everybody was well written. even down to the cameos. I think we missed some right here, bro. The one the one I was excited to talk to you about was Tons. Freaking Tons, bro.
You only get 10 seconds, but that was like I was like so happy to see it. Just
Me
like,
too.
yeah, I've been drinking this guy all day.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Shout out Madeline Sami.
Yeah, man. Definitely a 3, bro. Everybody did their part perfectly. Played it very, very well.
Yeah, I feel like we got like a bunch of Taika friends. Yeah, I mean, obviously Jemaine, Reese Darby, Madeline Sami. So that was good to see. And then also, I feel like it was a bunch of local actors, like New Zealand actors, which was really good.
Yep.
So I give it a full 3 for casting as well. Soundtrack, out of a possible 5 points.
I'll give it a 3, just off the strength of the intro. I don't really remember the other songs. I don't remember really much music from the movie itself, but 3 just off of the TV show and movie intro theme song.
The exact same analysis for it. I didn't catch a lot of the music throughout or like sounds, but that intro song alone. And with What We Do in the Shadows TV show going on to their 6th and final season, I feel like that show and that song is burned into a lot of people's minds, and they know about.
Yep.
All right, cinematography, power of the look, cool shots, out of a possible 6 points.
I'm stuck between 5 and 6, just because like the parts where they show off these guys like powers and stuff. Man, they don't have to. You don't have to do much. So they did a lot by showing less. You know what I'm saying? And that shit and like what they did show looked really cool. Like the werewolf's transformation, or like when their eyes light up. It's almost like when you take a picture with a camera, and it comes out and you see the things in the eyes. It's either red or like little things like that. I thought was really cool, but also like just the gore. It looked fucking violent. So definitely, I'll go with a 6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I give it a 5 strong, as far as like the looks. I think the costumes, the setting, everything like looked legit, like a bunch of old vampires trying to keep it together in 2015 New Zealand. Like it on set looked really good. I feel like it was limited a little bit by like only being able to film at nighttime because they're vampires, right? So we get a more dark movie unless we're inside with lights on. But yeah, I give it a 5 overall for cinematography. 5 out of 6. So
hey, I mean, and the mockumentary style was shot really well too. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of The Office. It reminded me of freaking Parks and Rec. So yeah.
Oh yeah, those like
mockumentary style.
You get the interviews and then the visual, the footage and stuff going on. That's all to compare it to. Is always a win. Next section of our scoring rubric: editing and directing, out of a possible 7 points.
I'll give that a 7. I'll give that a 7 just off of pace alone. This movie's it's not even a full 90 minutes. And I think it was like, yeah, well, it's not even a full hour and a half. Like, it's pretty short, but they tidy everything up pretty well. Like everything that they introduced was tied off at the end pretty quickly. So, and they stuff a lot in this. They stuff a lot in this hour and 20 minutes. A lot of good backstory, a lot of lore, a lot of great characters. No matter how short like runtime they had. Yeah, so 7.
Yeah, I give it a 6 out of 7 for editing. I feel like the pace, like you said, good. They're jamming in so much information and jokes is this whole, first half of the movie, and then more jokes and action throughout. All right, acting, out of a possible score of 8. I'm going 8.
You're going 8? Yeah, I was gonna go 7. Yeah, I'll go 7. Just because they don't need to put on their full like
Yeah, yeah,
Oscar. I'm going for an Oscar. These dudes are having fun. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It seems like a cool passion project between friends, and so they put a hell of a lot of effort in this because it looks really good. It's very well written. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like an established, like it establishes itself as a thing that has like a big rich backstory. Like it came fully formed. So I can't complain about that. But like the acting, it just it's just fools having fun with a great fucking movie. So I'll give it a 7. Maybe I should give it an 8 off the strength of that because they make it look so effortless, but I'll give it a 7.
I feel like it's kind of low key minus to act uh what looks like your regular self.
Mm.
Like as far as like the weirdness or the different parts that Taika and Jemaine wrote into it uh and starred as. Uh, but yeah, that's still great. Great acting.
Mhm.
Writing and script. What was the story like for you out of a possible 9 points?
Uh, I'll give the writing well, I'll give the story an 8. Yeah, I'll give it an 8 overall. Um, kind of. I mean, it's not really that common of a story just because it's a vampire movie, and like if there's hella vampire movies, it's a great way to like flip the script on most vampire stories. But for like you get past the fact that it's a different type of vampire movie, like it is like a cool little movie about like, I guess lost love and coming back to it and being good friends and stuff. Like it's cool. It's a cool run of the mill story. So an 8.
Lost love connection theme. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Writing again, the way the same team, Jermaine and Taika on the script as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh just off the top, I want to go 7. I feel like
Mm.
if it's strong, good direction, the way things go from piece to piece and moving forward and informing people. And then the twists, the differences of the stereotypes that you would expect are also
Mm.
real good, and the jokes are great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like it was missing a twist, or it was like too stretched out around the masquerade ball area, or
Mm.
the time jumps were a little disconnecting, like 2 months, 6 months, 7 more
Right.
months. Um, but yeah, still great.
Damn.
All right. So legacy is our final category out of a possible 10 points.
I I gotta give it a 10. Just
Wow.
because
Yep.
I gotta give it a 10 just because it spawned its show. It spawned a show, a very
Oh, yeah, yeah,
successful
yeah.
show for FX. Or FX Hulu, whoever. It's very successful. Well, I don't know about awards or whatever, but I mean it doesn't matter. Still going. Very good, critically acclaimed. Um, Again, it's like Tyga just can't miss as far as like creating different kind of franchises or being a part of very solid, well acted, well written franchises like Reservation Dogs. Even just being a producer, like he attaches his name to really good product. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that him and Jemaine created together, and it's still a pretty strong thing. Like there are a lot of fans of the show that we don't really know about. Kind of popular. So yeah, I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, this one I feel like solidified Taika and Jermaine's kind of writing and credentials out there,
Mm.
being accepted as like and critiqued so positively.
Mm-hmm.
So like people do know about this movie more than usual. I give it a 9 out of 10 for legacy, which I think is you know
Still.
pretty great. I think the only thing is that not enough people know about this movie. Like this, like a
Mm.
lot of people haven't seen it, and
Maybe not a
it's
lot
one
of
of the.
Polynesians. I don't know like any Polynesians who really know or have watched this movie, unless I'm super wrong.
I would want to say more Polynesians watched it, at least a percentage.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the thing, right? Like it, I don't hear this movie being talked about. Like, when's the last time you heard people reference it? You know,
Not
like
really much. Yeah. Not until I see like an ad for it on YouTube or when I'm watching it TV at work.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like a. I mean, it just needs to be pushed. I don't know. There's something. Just something that it's not being watched enough, like it should be. But it'll get there. I mean, people will watch this and be like, "Oh, well, I gotta go watch it now."
Yeah.
And then it'll be a 10.
Yeah.
All right. So final scores for What We Do in the Shadows. I gave it a 42 out of 50.
Ooh.
You gave it a 46.
Not bad.
Really good.
Not bad.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Any final thoughts on this one? Like what you feel you learned, or anything that stood out that we should take away from this?
I'm liking Taika's style, man. I'm becoming like a huge fan of his like acting and directing style. So like if anything were to come up like involving him, I'm gonna take his side. You know, it's one of those things where like I'm such a fan of his where like he can't do no wrong in my book now, you know.
So many good movies.
Yeah, he's cemented himself like as a really good fucking director or a really good artist, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
He's huge. Other than that, yeah, no, go watch the fucking movie. What about you? What you take away from this, bro?
Yeah, use your stick with your own style, because eventually it's going to be found by the people that like it, or it's going to show and really bust out as something that people are going to want to see. Yeah. But yeah, they definitely have a certain way of writing, acting, and directing films, and that I like a lot. Like I might not be belly bust out laughing like I was at Deadpool or some other ones, but I feel like I relate more to these characters, even though they're freaking vampires halfway across the world. I kind of get it. Like I see where they're coming from, like the humor and the differences and the like the bait and switches and a bunch of the jokes and stuff like that. So definitely, yeah, shine your shine, and it'll get out there. But definitely like this movie and would recommend it to people listening. Watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm on that same thing, man. Go watch this shit. Let us know if we're wrong. Let us know if we're right. But we know good and goddamn well that we're right, okay? But you can tell us why we're wrong. We won't believe you. That's okay. Tell us anyway. Watch the movie. Yeah, hit us up. You got any suggestions for movies? We're always taking them too. I mean, we have a cool little list, but it can always be added. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely Taika month. Yeah. So if you got this far, we'll just let you know right now that the next one is going to be Hunt for the Wilder People. So talk to us. Let us know what's going on, man. Other than that, you got anything before we go?
That's it. Stay blessed. Roll the credits. We're out.
Yeah. Go file. Bye. Go watch the damn movie.